So today I'm going to be giving you my first impressions on the newest Dolce & Gabbana light blue flanker. This one is light blue forever, pour homme. So they've been getting more and more interesting with the names of these. And we have light blue forever. It is an eau de parfum. Before this one we had light blue love is love. I believe that was last year's release. We've had light blue sun, Italian zest, and of course one of the first flankers, light blue Eau Intense, which really I think is the best of the line. I think everything after Eau Intense has been slowly going downhill. Some of their limited edition ones, like light blue swimming in Lipari and Beauty of Capri, those are actually really solid, but again, they were limited edition, discontinued, and those are kind of spotty to pick up on discounters. So I've said this before, the flankers have been getting a bit more boring as time goes on, but I'm going to give you my first impressions on this one today, tell you how it smells, what it reminds me of, if anything, if I think it's worth picking up here right off the bat, and if I like it better than any of the other new flankers. This one did just become available here in the US. You can get it at Macy's. That is where I purchased my bottle. I will link it down below if you have any sort of interest. You will be paying full retail, but it is how it is as of right now since it's new. A couple new sprays on. I unboxed it already just because we're outside. The box has a nice velvet felt texture going on, which is cool, but you know, the bottle will be enough for you here. So right off the top, you get this ozonic, fresh, kind of a peppery type of smell with some citrus as well. Now, I'll be honest, going into this, I wasn't too excited. I'm like, okay, this is going to be another light blue flanker that I'm going to have to kind of bash on a little bit. But really, right off the bat, not too bad. So let's go ahead and get this out of the way for you. I'll list off the official note breakdown. We have grapefruit, bergamot up top, pretty standard. Ozonic notes, violet leaf in the mid, white musk, patchouli, and vetiver oil, or Java vetiver oil to be specific there in the base. So for me, I get a nice juicy, effervescent grapefruit and bergamot up top, a little bit of sweetness. Now, the sweetness could be coming from the patchouli, could be coming from the way the musk is compounded, could even be coming from the vetiver. I think the vetiver is giving it a spicy woodiness. The patchouli is maybe giving it a slightly green, slightly sweet type of feel. You get just a nice modern musk in the base, and then the violet leaf working with the ozonic notes gives it this kind of fresh, light, airy, and almost slightly watery effect. Now, some of you may pick this one up and smell it and think that there's aquatic notes or watery notes in here, which would kind of be familiar in the light blue line, but there is no sea notes, aquatic notes, anything like that officially listed. So that feeling or that smell is going to be coming from the combination of the ozonic notes and the violet leaf. For me, I almost pick up on what would come across as like an amberwood, ambroxan, ambergris that's hidden in the base, and that's not listed as a note, and of course it wouldn't be real ambergris. If anything, I'm sure there is some ambroxan lingering somewhere in the base of this. I'm sure there's other aroma chemicals in here as well, and that's kind of what I pick up on. It's citrusy, it's musky, it's woody, it's kind of spicy, and it's a little bit green. Right off the bat, I actually am really enjoying this one. It smells great on skin. It smells great out here on this nice sunny 63-degree day, whatever it is. This one really is going to be suited for summertime, and I think that this one will hold up really well in warmer summer days. For example, last year's release, Light Blue Love is Love, that one had an interesting ice cream note, so it had some sweetness going on, and I'm not a fan of that fragrance. I really think that it's kind of pointless. It's kind of doesn't make sense because you're combining a bunch of sweetness and almost a bubblegummy type of feel with the aquatic DNA. And at the end of the day, an aquatic is supposed to be really good for the summertime, and when you're throwing in sweet ice cream on top of it, all of a sudden it's not that great for summer anymore. So Light Blue Love is Love, not really my favorite, and this one is definitely miles ahead of that one so far. Now, one thing that I want to make clear is that this is not going to be a groundbreaking fragrance. It's not going to be one that is going to blow your mind, right? That's not going to be what you're getting here, and quite frankly, I don't think you should ever expect that from the light blue fragrance line anymore. They have some great fragrances, but they are coming from Dolce & Gabbana, which falls kind of in the mid-tier price range on discounters, and a lot of fragrances in that price range are going to be on the more safe side. They're going to be for the masses, and this one is definitely for the masses. I can tell it's going to be a great compliment getter. I can tell it's going to be very wearable, very versatile, and it's going to be one of those fragrances that your average guy picks up in a department store, smells it, thinks it smells great, and he ends up walking home with it after paying like $100 at retail. You know, it's that type of fragrance, just your average people pleaser. But along with that people pleasing nature, there is something in here that is a little bit different. I like the ozonic notes and violet leaf mixture. I like the vetiver, giving it a nice woodiness, a bit of a spiciness. I even like the patchouli, giving it what almost comes across as a little bit of a sweetness and a little bit of a green facet. It honestly smells really good. Comparing this to other fragrances, right off the bat, I'm not picking up on this smelling like anything else in particular. Again, this one is going to be on the more generic side, so it is going to smell similar to just a fragrance category, kind of an aquatic, citrusy, slightly woody category. So it's going to remind you of those types of fragrances, but I'm not picking up on this smelling like anything in particular, which is always a plus. This one, to me, does not smell like the original light blue. It doesn't smell like light blue Oh Intense. It doesn't really smell like any of the other light blue flankers. That's another plus. That means we don't really have anything that's really redundant within the line. Now, talking about redundancy outside of citrus, woody, kind of fresh fragrances, that's another story. But at least this one isn't trying to clone or rip off anything, at least what I'm picking up on right now. Throughout the video, I've been going back to this one and smelling it as it has been having a little bit of time to dry down. And it hasn't really changed a whole lot. That kind of spicy kick I was talking about right off the opening has died down, and also the blast of citrus has died down. You still do pick up on them, but they're not popping and sparkling like they were when I first sprayed it on. Right now, it's kind of settling down to musk, vetiver, and then that mid, the ozonic notes and the violet leaf, just giving it that watery, airy, light, bright, effervescent smell with a somewhat kind of generic base. The musk, the vetiver, that's nothing new, but again, there is still a little bit of a twist going on here. Performance is going to be something that we'll have to figure out in a future video, probably in about a month or so. I will be rolling out a full review on this one, and that'll be kind of in perfect time for summer. And maybe by then it'll be hitting discounters, although maybe a little bit longer than a month. I would imagine that by June or July, this one will for sure be on discounters, but we'll have to see. So again, for me, this one is miles better than Love is Love. Actually, right now, I'm digging this one a bit more than Light Blue Sun. That one caught quite a bit of hype, and there for a while, I was enjoying it. But comparing it to Oh Intense, comparing it to some of the limited edition fragrances, even comparing it to the original, Light Blue Sun started to kind of fall back for me, where I'm like, okay, you know, I've been liking it, I've been wearing it, but when I would smell Sun beside Oh Intense, I would choose Oh Intense any day. I think Oh Intense is the most well-rounded. Get the right amount of sea salt, right amount of amberwood sweetness, the right amount of bright aquatic citrus. It's a good balance. I would say right now, I would choose Light Blue Oh Intense along with Light Blue Swimming and Lipari. It's kind of my two favorites from the line. Coming in at third, so far, is going to be this one, Light Blue Forever. The name is a little bit kind of silly. The bottle does look cool, and it is an eau de parfum, which is nice. And I think this one here isn't too bad so far. I'm excited to wear this one in the summer heat and really put it to the test. And then, of course, I'll let you guys know my final thoughts on it. But off to a good start here so far. So if you guys are excited to try Light Blue Forever, let me know down below in the comments. If you have tried it already, let me know what you think as well. And if you want to grab a bottle at some point, let me know down below. And you can also use the link down below, take you right to Macy's where you can get one. That's going to do it for me. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy. We'll see you tomorrow with another one. Take care.